I'm about to show you how to double your income as a realtor in 2025. I've helped over 60 realtors make multiple six figures every single year using the exact strategy that I'm about to show you in this video. But the craziest part is that you can double your income while only working around 4 hours per day. We're going to break down in depth exactly how to do this on a wireframe doc and go over the entire process to go from where you are right now to doubling or even tripling your income. And this is exactly what we did for Warren, who went from 1 to 6 deals per month in only 60 days. All right, so if you want to double your income working 4 hours a day, then the number one thing that you need to understand is leverage. And I'm going to break that down on this big wireframe document for you today. So the most common issue that I've seen when it comes to agents, especially independent agents, is that they're doing everything in the business themselves. They're doing the marketing, they're doing the sales, they're taking care of the clients, they're also prospecting all day long. Then they're posting on social media. They're literally running an entire business, but they're playing every single role in the business. They're being pulled in a million different directions all at the same time, and it's making it impossible for them to actually progress and grow their business while reducing the amount of time that they're actually spending working on it. And so the huge thing that most agents are missing inside their business is leverage. They're not outsourcing those lower leverage activities that don't drive the most amount of revenue into the real estate business. So the number one thing that any agent can possibly be doing to make more money is simply going to be closing more deals. And the way you close more deals is getting in front of more people, getting in front of more buyers and sellers, going out, taking care of more clients, showing more property, things like that. And even things like showing more property is something that you can outsource eventually. You hire a showing assistant, but so many agents think about hiring a showing assistant before they even need a showing assistant, instead of hiring someone to, maybe fill up their entire calendar with buyers and seller appointments, like listing appointments and buyers consultations. And so I'm going to break down the 4-step process that we use in order to make it so agents can do way more business in way less time while being able to grow all at once, essentially. So the first part of our process is going to be, how are we going to actually get enough leads into our system to make sure that we have enough people in our database to be able to fill the calendar with appointments with high quality buyers and sellers. So there's a number of different marketing strategies that you can use. We use paid ads because it's the most predictable. You put $1 in, you get $5 out. As long as you have every piece of the process in place, you have somebody to work the leads, or you have, obviously proven ads, you have the pieces in place to be able to do this stuff, then paid ads is going to be the most easily predictable and easiest to grow at a very rapid pace, because your sphere is only going to grow so fast. And so when it comes to paid marketing, we're using a number of different strategies. We'll use home lists, we'll use new construction, we'll use off-market properties. And again, when I'm talking about outsourcing and leveraging, you can pay somebody to do this stuff for you. You don't have to do it yourself. And at the end of the day, when you're growing a business, you can do it the long way. You can take 10 to 15 years nurturing your sphere and growing organically. You can take 10, 15, 20 years to grow your business, but if you want to do it quickly, it's going to require money, and you're going to have to hire the right people, or you're going to have to learn how to do these skills yourself. And so for the sake of today's video, I'm just going to show you how to do this stuff on your own. So if you want to pull in sellers, you're using things like cash offers, home evaluation, seller's guides, and these are all just your hooks. These are your irresistible offer to get people in the door in the first place. You can see here we've literally generated tens of thousands of leads for the agents that we work with here. And so what you're going to be doing is consistently every single week assessing all of your ad data and making the necessary adjustments to your marketing material as time goes on. So if your click-through rate is low, then you're going to be testing new creatives. If your link click-through rate is low, then you're testing a new copy, new headlines. If your form conversion rate is low, then you're testing new offers. Here's just an example of some of the ad campaigns or some of the ad creatives that we've used and seen a ton of success for across the board with the agents that we work with. So feel free to take inspiration. But again, at the end of the day, this is stuff you can do on your own. But today we're here to talk about leverage, how to do more business in less time. So this is something that I would recommend you outsource. So find a company that you trust to run your ads for you so that you can get a high volume of leads in the door. The next issue at hand is, well, how the hell are we going to convert all of these leads that we have coming into the system? So you need somebody in place to vet through all of the, like BS leads that are coming in, the bad numbers, the people who aren't serious, the people who just clicked on the ad and didn't have zero intentions of buying a house or selling a house. Like, you're going to get a large percentage of people that you generate are not going to be serious, and they're just going to be tire kickers that are wasting your time. And so you need, rather than you being the one making all of those phone calls yourself, you want to have somebody else doing that for you. So you can hire an ISA team, or you can build an ISA team. You can outsource and hire like already built ISA team like us. That's what we have. We have our own in-house ISA team that does literally all the stuff that I'm about to show you for our agents. But if you want, and you want to save money, you can literally just hire somebody yourself. You can go overseas if you want, but make sure that they don't have too strong of an accent, or they understand the real estate market here in the States, because those are super, super important factors when it comes to having somebody vet your leads for you. You want to make sure that they're actually going to convert just as well, if not maybe a little bit less good than you would if you were making all of those calls on your own. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is write the scripts for your ISAs. You're going to set up split tests, so you're constantly testing. And this goes for ads, this goes for ISAs, this goes for follow-up, this goes for even your sales, what you do. Like, you want to test multiple things, multiple strategies always at the same time, and take the winner and then test something new. Take the winner, test something new. Take the winner, test something new. So you want to set up a split test of scripts. You want to make sure that your scripts are collecting all the necessary information. So the way we recommend you do this is have them collect the prospect search criteria, their financial status, their motivation behind buying or selling, their time frame, their budget details, and most importantly, making sure that they're not already represented by another agent. These are all of the criteria that our ISA team is required to take down before we pass anybody off to our agents, because we don't want to be wasting their time. Then it's all about troubleshooting. So every single day you're going to be reviewing your ISA's call recording, monitoring the quality of the appointments being set. If appointment quality is low, then you're going to raise the minimum qualifications, meaning you don't book appointments with anybody under this price point, or you don't book appointments unless their desired monthly mortgage payment is at least this, right? So you can kind of set the bare minimums for your market so you're not getting your time wasted. Again, I know this seems like a lot of things to do, but a lot of this stuff is stuff that you set up once and then you're just managing other people, right? Rather than making 400 dials a day, instead you're just listening to the 20 people, whatever small handful of phone calls that the ISA actually connected with people. Because across the board, our pickup rate is about 5%, which means that only around 1 in 20 dials is actually answered. So by only addressing, by you only taking your time to address the people that answered, you're taking the amount of time that's required for this project from 20 to 1. So you're doing 20 times less work than you would be doing if you were making all these phone calls yourself. Then you're going to be building out, obviously this goes with building your entire ISA department initially, but you're going to build training for them. So record videos just like the one that I'm recording right now, giving them instructions on exactly how to use their dialer, how to call through the leads, how to, what the scripts should sound like when they're having those conversations, and you want to role play them with them as well. So you can do this quickly. You can do a 15-minute call with them every single day just to get them warmed up and do a role play session with them where you're reading through the script and helping them handle objections and stuff, or you can train with them much more in depth in the beginning to get them trained up faster and faster and faster. So with our ISA team, we probably do about an hour of training every single day with every single ISA on our team, because we want them to get really, really good really, really quickly. Then the next thing you want to be doing is tracking all of their metrics. So you want to be tracking their speed to lead, their outbound dials, their pickups, their quality conversations, their appointments, and you're setting minimum KPIs for them so that they have, recurring benchmarks that they need to be hitting. Then you want to be updating their stats every single day and monitor their scorecards. So this is, again, anything in red, you're doing weekly here. So it's not too much time, but once a week, you're going to sit down and you're going to assess all of the data that you've collected over the week, from the people who you're leveraging to do all of this lower leverage activities yourself. So again, instead of making 400 phone calls a day, you're out meeting with more buyers and sellers, converting more appointments into actual closed deals. Now, to get those appointments on the calendar, that's where this ISA team comes into play. So from there, you can provide the ISA team with all kinds of tools, CRMs, follow-up templates, all kinds of stuff in order for you to stay top of mind. But this is, again, single build-out stuff that you want to set up one time, and then it's essentially good to go forever from there. You're still going to want to, again, on a weekly basis, assess the responsiveness of your messages, your automations, all of that stuff. If you're getting low response rates, then you want to test new messages. But every single day, we're reaching out to the leads in the database automatically about relocation opportunities, home value update propositions, to just temperature checks. Hey, how's it going? Just seeing how your property search is going. Simple stuff like that. Personalized market update invitations, local market opportunities, respark the initial motivation. Hey, so something like, hey, I think you clicked on an ad a long time ago about some properties in this market for under 400,000. Was that still something you were interested in? So you're resparking their initial motivation for like what they had clicked on. And you want to be tracking all of this stuff, no matter how they came in. Even if this is like, whether you're running ads, or I guess that's kind of all we're talking about right now, but you want to reference whatever got them in the door in the first place. Even sending them like stupid shit like memes and stuff helps to kind of re-spark and re-engage people. So that's kind of how we're setting up the follow-up and everything. So you're obviously writing out seller sequences, buyer sequences. You want multiple emails going out every single week, multiple text messages, multiple voicemail drops, and then you want to script out all those messages under, and then these are, just some examples and stuff here to use. So again, I know this sounds like a ton, but once you have all of this stuff built out, that's it. That's the whole idea behind like building a business instead of just like running a business over and over and over and over again. Because when you're running a business, when you're the only person doing every single job in the business, then, you're never going to get out of it. You're never going to be able to build that, financial time, and time freedom that you got into real estate to achieve in the first place. So when you build systems like this, it's going to allow you to spend more time just working with buyers and sellers, working with your clients, rather than trying to find them, which in the long term, you're going to be able to literally double your business and in half of the amount of time, literally only working a couple hours a day. Ideally, you want to be logging in, to your CRM or whatever you're managing all of your clients on, and you want to be checking in with people for about 30 minutes to an hour every single day, just following up with the people that your ISA team is connecting you with. So the high intent buyers and sellers. So you want to be checking in with them every single day. That should be taking about an hour of your time. The rest of the day, you want to be on appointments. So literally the only thing that you're spending your time doing is managing the people who actually have interest in buying or selling. That's going to be over the phone in the office for about an hour a day. And then the rest of your time is out in the field working with buyers and sellers. And so the reason that you're able to do that is because you've installed all of these systems. You've put all of these other people in place to make sure that that pipeline is constantly full. The problem is that you don't have enough people to talk to. You don't have enough people to reach out to. You don't have enough people to go on appointments with in the first place. So the last part of our little formula here is going to be the actual agent like contract conversion system. So how are you going to make sure that you're actually closing these appointments? Well, it all starts with figuring out exactly what value you bring to the table as an agent, as a buyer's agent and as a listing agent. You want to write out your appointment confirmation and introductory value proposition scripts. So when people meet with you, like what are you actually going to be going over with them to make it so that they choose you over your competitors in your market? You're going to be, and then inside your pipeline and everything, you're logging the amount of appointments that you're having. You're logging the amount of appointments that you're holding. So appointments that are booked, appointments that are held, and then agreements that are signed. So again, this is all stuff that you can set up one time, and then you're pretty much good to go. But once this stuff is set up, you're going to be able to save a significant amount of time and do way more business with way less manual input. So yeah, that's essentially the entire breakdown. I know I didn't go super in depth. I usually will make videos going over more specific, parts of this chart, going a little deeper into some of these topics. But overall, the biggest thing for you to take away is that if you can put people in place and leverage other people to take care of your marketing, to take care of your lead follow-up, to take care of your long-term conversion, and then you can just focus on being the best agent possible and being really good at sales and converting people into your actual clients, you're going to be able to get to a point like Warren has gotten, who I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, who literally has appointments on his calendar every single day. This kid's literally like 23 years old. He's got appointments on his calendar every single day from the ISA team that we have calling, and following up with all of his leads for him, booking people directly onto his calendar. And then he also has people doing it on the listing side as well. So he is stacked every single day. with appointments. So he's getting in front of new faces every single day, getting new documents signed every single day, essentially working with more clients in less time because he doesn't have to make the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of phone calls and spend hours and hours and hours building ads and working on his marketing and things like that in order to get people in the door in the first place. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you have any other ideas or anything that you want me to dive into a little bit deeper, again, leave a comment down below. Happy to make more content about whatever you like.